Hey guys, Brian here with the Allo Outdoor YouTube channel, and I'm back in the Bigelows. Come tag along as I hike up the Fire Warden trail into my camping area for the night. I'm going to try sleeping in a hammock for the first time, cooking some wholesome food, and starting a fire in a pretty unique way. So I've been walking around this whole area trying to find the trailhead. The GPS brought me here, but the map shows it a little bit further down. I took a walk down this road, and it seems like there used to be a bridge up here. So you used to be able to drive in a little further, and I think the trailhead's on the other side. There's like a little wooden bridge built for four-wheelers, so it looks like I'm going to be walking to the trailhead from here, which isn't a big deal. It's only another 0.7 miles, but right over here, I think this is part of what used to be the bridge. It's only a guess though, but it seems pretty likely. Some more pieces up here. But you used to be able to drive across this from the looks of it with a vehicle. I don't know if they plan on putting it back, but looks pretty permanent where they got those blocks up. And this bridge looks like it's been here a couple seasons. But yeah, got about a 0.7 mile hike to the trailhead so we can start hiking. Well, I think I made it to the trailhead. That is the mountain at the end of the trail, which I am not going to. So it only took me about 15 minutes to get here. So not too bad. But finally get to start hiking. Oh, right behind me, if you can see that, is our first water crossing. Okay, not really. Definitely an older bridge here that was not maintained. Close to 80 today, so it's not going to be very dry as far as perspiration goes. But we're going to have a good time regardless. See you guys in a bit. Oh, I think I found a blue jay feather. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a blue jay feather. So I've been going down this trail for about half hour now. Haven't seen any signs. It's more like a four-wheeler trail, really. I didn't see any turns, but starting to wonder if I'm even on the right trail. That sign back there basically just pointed AT this way and the mountain. So I did read online that this trail was pretty easy, which it is. I mean, I'm still getting out of breath. It's going uphill, but like I said, it's basically a four-wheeler trail. Pretty easy going. Really wide, no rocks to climb. But again, like I said, just makes me wonder if I'm going the right way. Sign right now would be nice, but I'm gonna keep going a little bit longer, and maybe I'll turn around and retrace. But we'll see. So about 45 minutes in now, and I did just stop and take a look at the map. And it looks like I did miss the trailhead back down at the bottom by the water there. But this four-wheeler trail that I'm on doesn't go all the way back down, but it kind of loops back around and crosses the trail I want to be on. Probably about 15 minutes here is a rough estimate. So I wanted to make sure I got to a fork up there, which I did. Took a left, so probably about 10 to 15 minutes I should be hitting the trail via an alternate route. But yeah, something just didn't feel right there, and I wish I would have stopped maybe a little bit earlier, but I gave myself a time frame and stuck to it to check and stop and check. And I'm pretty confident now that I'm back on track. There we go. This is where I want to be. That wasn't even 10 minutes. It was more like maybe not even 5. But I'm back on the trail, or on the trail to start, I should say. And I guess now we're getting started. So I just got into the site. One thing I gotta say about these trails is they're not well marked. I mean the blazes, the blue blazes there, but there's no signs. The side trails aren't marked. I walked right by this, probably maybe, oh, not that far, maybe 3 minutes past, and then I looked at the map again. I'm like, I think I'm past where I need to go. So I turned around, and sure enough, I saw just a little bit of a clearing off to the side, and I followed it, and here I am. So outhouse over there. You got a little fire pit. It said there was 2 campsites. I'm guessing they mean that this is one spot to put a tent. And that's the only sign after you get in here. And then I'd say this is the other spot where you could put a tent. But I'm actually putting up a hammock for the first time, which I've been wanting to try out for a while. Space-wise, and I like it in the pack. You don't have to bring up a sleeping pad. It doesn't take up quite as much room as the tent, so more space in there and less weight. So hopefully it's just as comfortable. I like having the space on the ground to kind of set stuff to the side and, you know, whatever I want to bring in there. So I'm not sure how much of that I can do inside a hammock, but I'm gonna find out. But I'm kind of hungry. You know, I've done a lot of side hiking, and probably about an extra mile to a mile and a half today, which, you know, it's not a lot, but time-wise, I definitely need a snack, so I'm gonna get that, and then we'll get set up and going for the day. So I got 3 bags. I think one's the hammock, one's the straps, and one's the fly, or the canopy. The straps, though, feel like they have something else in it, so never set one of these up. I didn't see that came with instructions. Maybe there'll be papers on the inside, but I'm gonna give this a go and let you guys watch my fury. Well, I got it set up. I don't think I have it set up right, but it'll do for the night. I don't think I like the setup either. I'm borrowing this from my son. He hasn't used it yet. I told him I'd try it out, and then we could set it up sometime for him to use when we go camping. I think it will be more comfortable. If I do like it, I'll probably buy my own and probably something a little better. But we got it set up, and we're gonna move on to the next task. So I'm gonna be starting my fire tonight with a fire piston. If none of you guys have heard of one of these, it basically works on the same idea as a diesel engine. It uses rapid compression, which will heat up the air as it compresses down to pretty much the size of a couple sheets of paper. And you have a little piece of char cloth that you'll stick in that little reservoir. It just gets really hot and will ignite the char cloth, and you have a little coal. You'll put that in a little fire bundle and blow on it till you get a fire. But like I said, it works just like a diesel engine does with the rapid compression. But we're going to give this a shot, and should be pretty interesting to watch. This will probably take a few shots to get it to light. You got to really slam it down there. So. Actually, I don't know if you guys can see, but I got that first shot. Alright, there we go. Fire from a fire piston. So I just got a tripod going. Gonna get dinner started. I brought with me stuff to make beef stew tonight, mostly because I want to try my new bush pot out. It's an 8 cup, which, I mean, I know what 8 cups is, but I expected it to be bigger. So I'm looking at another one anyways, but we'll try this out tonight. We're gonna put some potatoes, carrots, onions, obviously beef, cook it down, and hopefully have a great meal. So I'm gonna get started on that because I'm hungry. Ooh. Man, I'm having an off day today. Started off with not being able to get to the right parking lot. Then I didn't even get on the trail to begin with. Setting up the hammock. Pretty sure I didn't do it right. I just burnt myself in the fire. So hopefully that's the last mishap for tonight, but it's definitely been a rough one for me today. Like I said, it's been an off day. Potatoes. Carrots. And an onion. So the beef stew is done. Just gotta let it cool down and probably it'll thicken up a little bit more. But it looks so good. I've actually been craving this for about a week and a half now, and I decided that this is what I wanted to make. So I'm gonna try a little bit right now, just to test it out, but it's definitely too hot to actually eat right now. I want to try a piece of meat, but I don't want to burn myself. Oh. That's good. Need a carrot. I'm a big salt and pepper guy, so I'm definitely going to add a little bit of that. But definitely a success. I'm going to let this cool and scarf it on down. So I just packed into the hammock, and I gotta admit, it is pretty darn comfortable. But did take a little bit of doing to get situated in here with the sleeping bag. You're actually supposed to bring quilts, which now I understand why. That'd be a lot easier to work with. But I'm really looking forward to this. I really think it's gonna be a much higher quality of sleep. So I'll report back to you in the morning. I'm gonna watch a movie on my phone and head to bed, or head off to sleep. So I will talk to you guys in the morning. Well, it's morning, and I made it through the night in the hammock. I mean, I guess it was a little more comfortable, but it was hard to readjust and move around. But I think that may have just been the hammock itself, like the particular one that I have here. So, I mean, I'll try it again, but I'll probably get a new one, or get my own, and a nicer one that's insulated, because it definitely got a little cold on my back. Sleeping bag did a little bit of the job keeping me warm on the bottom, but that was mostly I would wake up and need to move because my back was cold, and that was just difficult. So I was thinking of making a fire because, like I said, my back's cold, but I think I might just pack up, and once I stop moving, things will warm up for me. So I'm going to get a coffee in me and get that going. Well, camp packed up pretty easily. I wasn't sure how easy that would be, putting the hammock in this bag. You know, it was all nicely folded and rolled when I got it, and it's not much folding and rolling that goes on out here. But yeah, it just stuffed right in. Straps rolled right up, fit in the bag, so much easier than I was expecting, so that was nice. So heading back down to the car. I'm thinking it's going to be about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to get back down. It was about 45 minutes to get up here from where I actually got on the trail, and that was about the halfway point, so I don't know what the trail was like before that, but I don't think it was too difficult. So it's usually quicker getting back down, so I'm thinking hour and a half, 2 hours at most. So yeah, nice early morning. It's about 6:30, and it's feeling pretty good out here. Catch you in a bit. Hey, remember this spot? This is where I started my hike. Well, it's where I got on the trail, the right trail anyways. I came from down there, and I should have come from over there. So I'm going to go the right way and continue on. Well, I made it back down to the car. This was definitely an eventful hike, to say the least. Not finding the trail, hiking past my camp spot, not having a well-marked trail, burning myself, falling out of the hammock. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned that before. I fell out of the hammock testing it out, so yeah, that happened. But I had a great time, regardless of anything that happened. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me fumble through this one, and that you'll come back for the next. So don't forget to like and subscribe.